evening. I'm Ted Koppel reporting tonight from New York, and we are continuing our national town meeting on the legalization of drugs.
The first thing to do would be to make marijuana legally available and fairly readily available, like alcohol or tobacco, but with stricter controls. We know right now that 60 million Americans in this country have smoked marijuana. Between 20 and 30 million are smoking it right now. We have 0 overdose deaths. We know that the vast majority of people who smoke marijuana have not gone on to harder drugs. Last week, the administrative judge of the DEA suit was asked whether or not marijuana should be made legally available for medical purposes to deal with chemotherapy. The DEA judge said that compared in toxicity to aspirin, marijuana is overwhelmingly safer. He said that marijuana is perhaps one of the most safest psychoactive substances ever known to man. Now, that's very simply. When Mayor Koch talks about throwing users into jail, when Mayor Koch says that 60 million Americans
that have to be addressed now are cocaine and heroin and crack. And when we've addressed those, even though most of us believe that marijuana ought to not be legalized, that's the last one on the list.
The exact quote from the federal judge was, "The safest therapeutically active substance known to mankind." That means safer than caffeine, safer than aspirin. That means you're putting people in jail for basically doing something that's completely harmless.
Let me turn to
How can you talk about locking people up in work camps? How can you talk about taking people's homes away from them, evicting people in New York City?
All right.
Why do you want to?
Just one second.
How can you justify?
I may have made a.
How can you justify a situation where you've eliminated pot, but crack and heroin are 4 times more available, 4 times cheaper than the beginning of the Reagan War on drugs? All you've done is design a system that gets rid of marijuana.
I think
leaving our drugs.
Okay.
That's all you've done.
Stepping before the boys and girls of Boys and Girls High in Bedford-Stuyvesant, saying he was encouraged by the support of youth, and he said it cut his age down by 25 years as he stood there looking out at the exuberant crowd. 25 years, that's 2 years less than he spent in prison in South Africa after his arrest for operating with the military wing of the African National Congress.